How to become an audio engineer, brought to you by jobsearchchannel.com.
What's going on today, you guys? So today we are going to be going over the topic of a music producer versus a beat maker. Now, I've been working as a music producer for about 10 years, though I'm still learning every single day. I think music is one of those things that when you get into it, you have to quickly realize that things are ever changing, things are ever evolving, and because of that, you're going to be learning for the rest of your life, especially if you continue a career in music. I mean, with just the technology and the business alone, things are always at a constant evolution. So just keep that in mind. Always ask questions and always seek out new answers to things. Now, I got started in music because music's always been a really, really big passion of mine. I began as a singer and guitarist. I was playing in bands, doing small tours here and there across the US, and I kind of wanted to get in on the other side to see what production was all about. I did a few internships at some studios out here in LA. Some were for audio engineering, some were for production, and I eventually landed myself a job out of college at a sync music production studio here in LA, where I have been a composer, writer, and producer for 2 years now, full-time. You might want to know the answer to the question of a music producer versus a beat maker, as these terms have become a little bit diluted over the years, and it's really hard to kind of figure out what the role of each of these people is. In my experience, there is a pretty stark difference, and I think it's important, especially if you are, getting into the game, to kind of understand the differences here, because you don't want to kind of give somebody the wrong impression off the bat. So a beat maker, in my opinion, is pretty much what you call a programmer. A beat maker, a programmer, they're specialized professionals that work with MIDI sequencing, drum machines, synthesizers, programmed instruments, etc. They can sequence, compose, and arrange a musical track, otherwise known as a beat, and then basically sell that beat to someone else online. So, or in person, it doesn't really matter. But the point is that they sell their own beats to other artists to use, or they use those beats to act as their own sort of artists. So you look at a producer such as Quincy Jones, right? I mean, he's hired many different programmers or beat makers on a lot of the records that he produced. And the reason I think we get confused a lot is because beat makers or programmers are also considered songwriters and composers in a way today, because a lot of the stuff that we're doing today is based off of samples, based off of drum machines, sequencers, synthesizers, and programmed instruments. And so the lines get a little bit blurred there. On the other hand, you have a record producer or a music producer. And they're, I would say, most comparable to like a director in a movie or a creative director. Essentially, the primary job of a producer is to kind of direct and manage the entire production of the song from the beginning to the final mix stage. So, whether they are just working with the artist to maybe kind of get the best out of them and to help them make arrangement ideas or composition choices, or whether they are someone who is actually creating the music and, making the music for the artist. It really depends, but they are someone who is going to be kind of more in charge of the overall project and not just the beat or the sequencing or the drum machines or synthesizers. So you can almost think of a beat maker as something that falls under the umbrella of the larger realm of production in a way. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to check the description and get in touch with us. Take it easy and good luck on your journey to learn more about music production.